Yesterday, we brought to you the first episode of the morning sports session. Well, I hope you didn't think that was all we had for you. Today, we're back with the same 4 segments, but this time, new topics. 1, the top NFL players under the age of 25. 2, Big Vince Wilfork finally retires. And 3, fantasy football. All coming to you today on the morning sports session. Good morning. We're back with another episode of the Morning Sports Session. With me always is your host, Big Ray, with my colleagues Denzel, Jarrell, Patrick. And like always, we're going to start off with our first bake. And today on the first bake, we're going to talk about the Kyrie trade talk buzzing around the NBA. Jarrell, I would like you to start this one out today.
Well, this is close to me because Kyrie, he was creeping up on my board. You guys know I'm not a big Duke fan, Tar Heel for life. But Kyrie, he's just a different type of player, and for him to really throw this bombshell on Cleveland this offseason and hit Braun with all the negativity, you know me, I'm not really for it right now. So he has to go at this point. Braun's not going to stick around and deal with the crap that's going on. So the deal's going to happen, but it's just stalling at this point. You know how it's going. Waiting for the best offer.
Did you see what David Griffin came out and said today? He came out and said that he believes that Kyrie will be traded. He isn't the GM anymore, but
he knows how it operates.
Yeah. He knows how
it operates, and if he's saying that, you should believe it.
And then after hearing some of his opinions that he had, it actually made sense to me. He believed that Kyrie actually handled it the right way. He said Kyrie went to the owner privately, and he told him what he wanted and what he didn't like about their offseason, and that he actually wanted to be. He might be happier elsewhere. So, that's not... Kyrie didn't handle it the wrong way. He is early into his contract, and he's trying to, hold Cleveland by the... he's trying to take a hold on them.
Yeah.
You guys do what I want. You're not going to control my career. But, he handled it to me. Now
I don't blame him for the fact... Because we all know Braun's leaving. Braun's not staying. They didn't add enough. All that stuff's staying. I feel like Kyrie had no other choice but to come out now and say that, because if not, he's going to be stuck in Cleveland. You know they're not getting rid of him once Braun's gone. You know that they're not. Yeah. So
I don't think they had any.
He has no other. He has
intentions on getting rid of him if LeBron left. None at all. The fact that he even came out and told them that was actually probably shocking to them.
I was just going to say, so you know that they were completely...
Everyone Braun thought everything was all gravy.
Yeah.
You know he did.
Yeah.
But I thought that something David Griffin said was interesting. He said that they were so worried, he admitted it, they were so worried about making sure that Braun was okay.
They forgot about Kyrie.
And
I believe
they were surrounding the team with pieces that fit for Braun, and they forgot about developing Kyrie as a player and who he needed on his team to develop. And I think that didn't sit well with Kyrie.
No, of course.
It shouldn't.
Especially after that finals when he hit the shot, Kyrie knew he was elite, and he has to have some say-so.
He deserves more recognition.
Yeah, exactly. For as good
Yeah.
as he is, he definitely needs someone to listen to him and not be all about Braun. But, at this day and age in the NBA, you're going to have to be surrounded with a bunch of superstars. Is he going to be able to do it by himself?
So if he's not going to be surrounded around the superstars in Cleveland, where does he go? You guys seen where he wanted to go. Where do you guys think he ends up? I think he's going to probably... My best landing spot for him would probably be Minnesota. We talked about it yesterday, and I personally believe you put him in that system, he will be the best player on the team. With already, Carl Anthony Towns, Wiggins, and
Jimmy
Butler. Wiggins will go back to the Cavs.
I did see that Wiggins would probably be part of that deal.
I heard he may be, but I also heard they're talking about extending his contract. Man, you know me. I'm all or nothing. Braun's best situation is Kyrie goes to the Wizards, Kevin Love gets shipped off to the Pelicans, and Boogie and John Wall come to the Cavs.
Oh my God!
Let's
I
make
didn't
an
even
all-star
realize
team.
you were about to make
Let's
a
make an
LeBron
all-
pitch.
Let's make an all-star team. You know what
But I like
That's
it. I like
Hey,
it.
and
I like
that can bring
it.
Melo to
Yeah,
the
that
Cavs
And that
because
could also
Boogie
bring Melo.
just reached out to Melo. Boogie wants to play with Melo too. So
Hey, that's the
I
Cavs'
like
best
it.
bet to keep Braun in Cleveland. Let's put it that way. Other than that, Braun's out,
Exactly.
and
Yeah.
it doesn't
You
matter.
know what? I didn't even think about that. If the Cavs can figure out a way to use Kyrie to bring in some pieces to keep LeBron in Cleveland, I'm sure he would love to stay. Like,
Yeah. Yep.
why not?
Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
Hey, even if they bring in Mr. Why Not? Do you feel me? Hey, Rusty's on the market soon.
See,
Yeah.
I don't think that Kyrie goes to any of the teams that he asked for.
You don't think so?
they send him where they want to
I
send him.
don't. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're gonna take
I
the
mean,
best.
Send him to
look at
Sacramento,
the
if
teams
you
he
ask
asked
me.
for. He asked for hard trades to pull off. I mean, the easiest one to pull off would be New York
Or
right?
Phoenix.
But there's one
And
thing
he didn't
blocking
ask
that:
for it, really.
Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah,
Yeah,
who
that's
isn't,
not
who isn't
happening.
going to let it happen.
No.
So the only team he can get traded to, like you said, the Timberwolves, is just going to be hard to pull that off. After everything they did with the offseason, the timing of when Kyrie came out and did this,
Yeah.
he made it hard for everybody.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
So I think he'll end up being dealt
I
to
don't
a
think they have
team
enough
that
pieces
has a
to
lot
trade.
of assets. Yeah.
I don't think they have enough pieces
They
to
don't.
trade for him yet.
A lot
but
of
I think that
assets.
they moved a couple pieces.
You said a lot of assets. So
A team with a lot of assets.
I mean, I know
to
Boston has
give
a lot of assets,
Cavs
but
what
we're
they
counting them
want.
out. So Phoenix. Phoenix?
Are they gonna? Are the
Honestly-
Cavs gonna put? Are they gonna? Cavs gonna send Kyrie?
Honestly, at this point,
a rebuild.
At this point, we just have to wait. We just have to wait and see what happens.
Yeah.
There's not much more to it. We just have to
Yeah,
wait and
it's
see
just
what
a waiting
happens.
game with Kyrie at this
Definitely.
point.
But for our next topic of the first big, this is a good one. The top NFL players under the age of 25.
Oh yeah, this is
Man.
definitely actually a good one. I was
Patrick.
surprised with
Yeah.
some of the names I was seeing today.
Yeah.
My favorite on offense, definitely OBJ, without a doubt.
Okay.
Okay.
I think
what
what OBJ has done in 3 years in the league, he's so electrifying. The market that he's built for himself, which is hard to do as an NFL player.
Becoming the face of the Giants over Eli.
It's crazy. It's crazy, and it's because he's such a transcendent player. Like he's different.
Yeah,
He's
you're right.
different, and
We always talk about it. He can
Yeah.
take his helmet off, and we all know who he is. I mean,
not
Everyday people
most
know-
players are like that.
yeah. I mean, I'm gonna feed off you, and I'm gonna go with my offensive player under 20, and I'm gonna have to give it to that. I mean, it was a toss up for me. They're both very young. Him and Zeke, like I really like what the Cowboys did. They went out, got a rookie quarterback and a rookie running back, and they clashed together perfectly. And we seen what the Cowboys were able to do last year. But at the end of the year, who got the rookie of the year? Dak did.
Quarterback.
He's the franchise quarterback.
That
Exactly. I was just
quarterback.
gonna get to it. He's the most important player on the field. Without him, Zeke doesn't get the ball.
Yep.
Zeke does. Without him, Dez doesn't get the ball. Without him, the offense doesn't run. The line doesn't have anyone to protect without him. To me, he's the best offensive player under 20, so I'm going to go with that.
I'm gonna feed off of you. My top player under 25. I'm gonna have to stick with the quarterback position, but I'm going Jameis Winston.
Love it.
At
Bro, I love
23
it, bro.
years old, 2 seasons into his career, he finished as the only NFL player in NFL history, my friend, in NFL history, to start off his first 2 seasons over 4,000 yards
Wow,
in
I
each
didn't
of his
know that.
seasons. Yes, only
Good
person
job,
in
Jersey.
NFL history.
Shout out to you, bro.
Yeah.
Chopping.
Hey,
I mean,
Gunslinger.
He has Mike Evans with him, another under 25-year-old
Hey,
player.
Mike Evans was another one on the list.
Hey,
and we could have brought
bro,
him up.
And
I
they
feel-
just
I feel like,
got
I mean-
Deshaun Jackson. I think that Jameis is in for a
added
big
Deshaun.
year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
you're
got
right.
some tight ends.
Yeah, they definitely got
They got tight ends as well.
Yep.
Don't forget about OJ.
They get OJ Howard.
Don't forget about OJ.
Hey,
I mean, it's just at the quarterback position. I know he throws a lot of turnovers, like he has a
Yeah.
lot of interceptions, but I feel like if he continues to be able to sling, get into the rhythm of the NFL, I think he definitely is on the uprise.
Yep.
I'm sitting there, I mean, you guys don't have the list in front of you. I'm actually looking at it. So, Pat, Todd Gurley, 22, what's up with him? Do you believe that he's
mean,
a
I
stud
believe
still?
he's up there. He had an off year last year. Obviously, you can't blame on him.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see this year.
Mhm.
I mean, the offense was horrible last year. Not team stacked 9 in the box. Dared us to throw the ball, and Lord knows we couldn't. So, I mean, he had a tough time last year, but I think he'll definitely bounce back this year.
What about defensive guys? What are you thinking defensively?
You know,
Defensively, I love Marcus Peters. I love Marcus Peters.
I'm agreeing with
what
that
he's
one.
done 2 years in the league.
I got a different one for you, but go ahead. Go ahead.
17 takeaways, 2 Pro Bowls, both years in the league. he's been doing his thing.
Yeah.
I really like Peters.
I agree with you. Since 2015, he seems to be the only person disrupting the ball because his disrupted dropbacks is 41, which seems to be the single best amongst any defender in the league. His disrupted dropback percentage is 3.1, which is only second to J.J. Watt. So Marcus Peters definitely a threat in the secondary.
Yeah, he's a ball hawk.
Yeah.
Now you guys know me. You guys know I live with the facts and the stats, and I'm looking at the list. And Marcus, he came in at number 6. But I'm going to go with the guy that came in at number 4, and his name is Joey Bosa.
Okay.
Rookie last year, listen, 10.5 sacks as a rookie, and he missed 4 games.
I was going to say, think about how much time he sat out.
He missed 4 games. He's what? I think he's 6'5", 280 pounds, a defensive beast off the end. Like he's 21 years old.
Yeah.
He's still got.
He's a franchise player.
He's
He was
a
a big
franchise
draft
player
pick
as
for
a
them.
defensive end. To me, under 25, he has the brightest future on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, I can't knock him, but
what about Landon? Do we mention Landon?
Hey,
we mention Landon?
It's amazing that the Giants have arguably the number 1 offensive and defensive player under the age of 25.
Think
That's
about
impressive.
that. Think about
That's
that.
impressive.
yeah, you're right. I didn't even think about that.
It's a young and talented
Both
team.
sides of the ball is looking good for them.
Yeah. And pending Zeke's investigation, the Week 1 game against the Cowboys.
They might have loaded on them.
There you go.
Both sides of the
might
ball.
have
They
loaded
really
on the other side of
loaded
the
on them.
ball.
I know you
We
guys.
seen what happened last year with him.
I know you guys are gonna be like, oh, here he goes again. But listen, Brandon Cooks too.
Okay. Don't leave off Cooks.
I can't leave out my man. He came to the Patriots. Listen, 2 seasons, 162 catches, 2,311 yards, 17 touchdowns with Drew Brees, with a line that is nowhere near as good as the one that he's going to be playing with this year. He is the quarterback that throws the ball the fastest. He's going to be his biggest threat besides
And they
Gronk,
love them.
obviously.
They love them short routes. He's a speedster.
Bro, he's a speedster. I believe that he's going to shine this year.
He's going to be.
He's going to come up.
Well, those are impressive lists, man. Hey, congrats to you young gentlemen. Keep doing your thing out there. You're giving us something to enjoy on Sundays.
That's facts.
All right, people. It's time to get to your cards. It's time for that next segment of the day. That burn run. First topic of the burn run. We keep going with the NFL training camp, fellas.
Injuries, some injury updates today that we didn't touch on yesterday. Quincy Enunwa, the receiver, the Jets' number 1 receiver, out with the neck injury, injured reserve.
Who's the Jets' number 1 receiver?
Him, Quincy Enunwa.
Okay. I'm just making a point to say that. Look at the Jets' receiving core.
That's how thin their receiving core is,
Hold on, real quick, hold on. Bro, do you
it's
know
getting
who that
thinner.
is?
No.
Exactly.
Yo, do the Jets got anybody that I know?
The thing gets thinner.
Oh, they actually got Leonard Williams. We're not gonna.
Yeah, they got some defensive players.
Yeah.
They're soft.
I seen that
That's AWFT.
Malik McDowell will be out for a while, quoted by Pete Carroll because it's a severe car accident.
What about some of those QB battles? We got Osweiler got the start over your man Kaiser.
I don't like that.
It's early. It's early. That will come around.
Yeah,
Simeon gets to start over Paxton Lynch too. That's big too. I mean, considering Paxton's a rookie last year.
Our next topic for the burn run, Johnny football.
Oh, dude. When was last time?
Johnny Coach, maybe?
Yeah.
When was last time we talked about Johnny?
I love it.
I love it too,
What is
bro.
it? The words out.
Listen, it kind of makes me mad. I can't even lie to you, like that he's already having to consider coaching. Like, because to me, guys, he was actually a good quarterback.
I mean,
he made a couple of mistakes, but like
he didn't have enough time to really learn the NFL.
Him like Cap. I mean, he may deserve it a little bit, but I feel like he did his time already. Get him back in the league.
He deserves another chance.
He played for the Browns.
As a coach, he could party. Let Johnny football live. He wants to party.
Yeah, we
Let him coach up the kids.
Let him
kids
inspire.
party. He can inspire. He wants to coach college. Dude. He can inspire.
The last thing Johnny football needs is another bad influence in his life.
He wants to live his college life again. Let him go coach on it.
But listen, bro, can he at least go try to play in the Canadian League first? Can he go play in Canada first?
Forget that.
He doesn't want to.
You can
He does want to.
You can enjoy football and partying at the same time.
Bro, he was looking into the Canadian League, bro. He's young.
Johnny want to be Johnny or Johnny want to
I'm not hearing that. I'm not hearing that.
Get back to the league.
Our next topic for the burn run.
Whatever, dude.
Big Vince, man. Vince Wilfork retires.
Listen, dude, that's my guy. That was my guy. 13 seasons in the NFL. 11 with us. Obviously, his last 2 with the Houston Texans. Won a championship in his first year. A championship in his last year. 565 tackles. I wish he had 565 sacks. 12 fumble recoveries. 5 forced fumbles, 3 interceptions as a defensive tackle. To me, I mean, I might be a little bit biased because he was a Patriot, but he's a Hall of Famer.
Hey, I agree with that. I think he's a Hall of Famer. One of the greatest big athletes we have ever seen.
Yes, yes, that's what I was about to say.
Huge athletes. We won't see too many people like that.
Bro,
Yeah,
he could
350
move for how
pounds
big
that
he
can
was.
move.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say.
Amazing.
If you remember his career, if you remember watching him, like as a defensive tackle, you want someone that could stop the run, clog the hole. That man could clog multiple holes,
Bro, he was,
and still move to the outside
And scoop and score.
Yes,
I mean,
and
he
get
may
back.
only-
Pick sixes.
he may have only had 12 fumble recoveries and maybe like 10, I think it was like 10 or 12 sacks, but the thing was, he was getting double and triple teamed every day because of how fast he was off the ball.
Hey,
was,
Big
too.
Vince,
Yep,
congratulations,
big he was,
man.
too.
You had a great career. Hopefully we see you in that gold jacket
Hopefully
one day,
you cooking.
buddy. Next up, man, Paulie. Poor Paulie, man. He's trying to save face.
Paulie, this guy. I don't know. At this point, I don't know whether to be on his side or against him.
Why?
Because it's
What did he
just
do to you?
weird. Like I don't know
He's talking
because
too
I
much.
get it. I got it. Yeah, he's talking too much. The whole corner thing, we knew it was going to be a fiasco. We knew some funny stuff was going to happen. Well, now he's coming out and saying like they set him up in a crack house. They put him in like horrible living conditions that he's like
He was
complaining
basically
about.
being like disrespected throughout the whole camp.
Yeah, he's saying that like he expected to go in there with the best intentions. He wanted to help teach McGregor, hopefully become friends with him. No, he's
calling him a dirtbag.
Yeah.
Saying he doesn't care if he ever speaks to him again. When I read something that I was like, wow.
Yeah, like
that. I mean, that actually to me that speaks to the character of Connor. Connor has no remorse or care for anybody besides himself.
Connor wants that paycheck, man.
Yeah, it's all
That's
about
what people
that
don't understand.
check.
It's not about this fight. He don't have the heart to really hate Floyd. They don't hate each other. They'll be celebrating in a club, throwing money right after the fight together.
I said it 1,000 times. I'll say it again. Conor McGregor sold his soul for $100 million.
People
I would do it too. I
People
would do
sold
it
their
too.
soul for words. Our final
I
topic
am
for the
not
burn
going to
run
disrespect
today.
your bank account after that fight, brother.
Our final topic for the burn run today. Zeke. Chris Carter gave this man 48 hours till he gets that suspension.
Well, apparently the NFL is leaking some information because Chris Carter seems to know what's going on. He came out and said that he believes that within 48 hours Zeke will be suspended. And from what that is being reported, they have details on the alleged accounts. They have information that states Zeke may have pulled a Tom Brady and destroyed.
Listen, as much as I love Tom,
I understand you're trying to
wish
take
he
a
was never
vote.
found guilty. But I'm just gonna say, like, bruh.
Hey,
It's
listen.
starting to seem like Zeke's real young. He may need the suspension, bro. Like,
I was
everything
gonna
that he
say,
done.
he
Bro,
might need to
we
sit
know
out for
what
a
he-
little
he-
bit.
We know, multiple
the
times.
shirt when he pulled down that.
ripping girls' shirts off.
Bro,
Like,
he showed up in the recreational weed.
popping up.
I mean,
right
you think
during the
it has to
preseason
Come on, right? The
game,
game
like-
for the first
like-
preseason game. Come on.
It has to be hard to be a star in Dallas that young, the number one sports team in the world, but
there's no excuse, bro.
no
Dak
excuses.
Prescott
No, right.
is
He needs to grow up. He needs to
pristine.
grow up.
Hey,
You're right,
pristine,
Dak.
dude. Dak
Dak.
is a. Come on, bro. No,
You
Zeke needs to
can't
get
blame
together.
all that on Zeke. It goes back to the people around him and letting him.
No, but he's around.
Keeping a,
But bro, he's around Dak. Come on, man. He gotta get it right. He gotta get it together.
hey,
gotta grow
Zeke.
He gotta grow up.
At this point, whatever's coming to you, man, you deserve it. You brought the attention to yourself.
Yeah, you did.
Our third segment of the day. It's getting hot in here, fellas. You know what that means. It's time for that Blaze point. This is a good one. This is
Finally.
one of fantasy.
Woo!
Fantasy.
We've been waiting.
Patrick and
I
Jarrell,
love it.
you guys know how we get down to fantasy.
Yeah, this it's
Denzel,
gonna be a
you're
good
gonna be a
year.
newcomer, but
We gonna get right.
we put
Yeah, we're
points
gonna
up.
get right.
It's
It's gonna be a
Love
fun
it.
year. It's gonna be a fun year. We got a lot of top players to look at. Like seeing how last year was, it started off 3 straight receivers. Is it going to be the same, or
I
are we
don't
going back to?
I don't believe it will be the same this year. I mean, I do think that there's the same 3 receivers: Antonio Brown, Julio Jones, and Odell Beckham Jr. will still be at the top of everybody's draft board, probably even top 5, but definitely I think we'll see some running backs in there.
Of course.
We'll see some running backs in this year.
You know which running
Le'Veon
backs
Bell.
gonna
Hey,
go.
don't
Say
let me
that
get in
again.
the top 5.
Le'Veon Bell last year.
I don't even like the Steelers.
Last year, I
Don't let me
selected
get a
Le'Veon
chance.
Bell myself with my second round pick and was highly satisfied.
Yeah,
Even with a 3-game suspension. So imagine this year, no suspensions. God forbid he's healthy.
I tell you, he touched the ball 30 times.
I'm not a Steeler fan.
Hey, I
I'll
was
tell
about to
you.
say, always
David
say that.
Johnson
Le'Veon's
too. David Johnson's on
David
the
Johnson for sure.
same level as Bell. Like the way they
Freeman.
both, the way they.
Freeman will be up there.
Me and Gerald
Freeman
both
will
think
definitely
You already
be
know
up
my
there.
Florida State boy gets
I mean,
back.
obviously Zeke. I mean, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see about the
We'll see about the
suspension.
suspension.
But like
But
you said-
behind that
but like you
offensive
said-
line, Zeke coming back this year.
You got Bell in the second round when he was
Hey, what about
suspended.
the running back
Great.
that's behind Zeke with that offensive line? Is he going to be good? Like, I
course.
mean,
Oh,
yeah,
obviously,
of course, but-
Dunbar, I think his name is.
Yeah, but
But is he going to be an
But you
early
won't-
fantasy
what I mean,
pick?
no,
I don't
he
think
won't be
so.
an early fantasy pick, but
But
I'm
he will
saying
be
is-
someone that people will pick up in the
Yeah,
meantime because
definitely.
To use him, 'cause he's gonna be
gonna
behind that line.
all
That's what I'm
the
getting- that's
carries.
what I'm
offensive line, great
Yeah.
offensive line.
Great
It just
line, yeah.
when they
Hey.
get to his second, when he gets to his second level,
Alright.
they're not going to be able
You know,
to do what
You
Zeke
mentioned
can
him
do.
earlier, and I had the opportunity to draft him with my first round pick last year, Mike Evans. I had a late first round pick, so I had to take receiver. Mike Evans, he gets a lot of catches. James throws the ball a lot. You saw 4,000 yards in his first 2 seasons. He's the main target.
And with Deshaun,
So
they're
with
now
Deshaun there-
a deep threat that can
Yeah.
hit you over the top
He's
every
not the
play.
only one there getting double teamed.
Yeah,
There's-
yeah.
Can we talk
Can't
about the
double team
guys
him.
that you shouldn't pick up? Because there's got a couple of them.
Who you
Like
got?
I mean, Darwin's not gonna like this,
Who you got lined up?
bro. Andrew Luck, bro. He can't, like, listen, bro. He's considered avoidable. Coming off shoulder injury, plus his line is minimally better from last
Yeah,
year, bro.
yep. They didn't improve.
They didn't do anything.
I like
Even
Luck.
with
I like
T.Y.
Luck, but like
Yeah.
you said, he's coming off an injury. His line is not improved. I mean, yeah, he has T.Y. Moncrief. He has some weapons, but it's hard for him to keep him off the ground.
Bro, he
like
hasn't-
he's been getting knocked around too
I mean,
much.
he's been obviously his first 3 years he was what in the playoff,
Yeah.
3 playoff games in a
Yeah.
row. He got better each year, but since then he's been pretty much the straight line. He
Yeah.
has to.
Yeah.
To me, I mean,
has to hit that peak
fantasy wise, I think he deserves a year where he has to prove himself again.
Yeah.
So I mean, we're gonna talk about him, Kelvin Benjamin. Bro, he reported to camp at 280 pounds.
Listen, Kelvin, another Florida State Seminole. He has an issue with his weight. I don't understand if I'm not making an excuse for you, bro. You're an NFL player. You should be on it.
Yeah.
But like
Bro, he was
he's
Coming
known to
out
come in
of Florida
overweight.
State, though, he was not that big.
He wasn't that big, but he packed on pounds
Yeah.
after that
Yeah,
first
after
season.
that year.
And that second season, he had that issue too. He had to cut some weight. But now I'm hearing it's getting worse. And
Yeah,
is
we
that an
gotta know.
issue? You know how
You- but they
another
said-
person
I just-
is
I just-
Eddie
Hey,
Lacy.
definitely looks to be an
Hey,
issue.
Hey, I seen something
But-
today though. They said he's back down to his regular receiver.
He
stats.
got them incentives. So
No,
is Eddie
not
Lacy a
Eddie
person?
Lacy. Not Eddie Lacy.
Oh,
I'm
you
talking
talking
about.
about
Lacy
Kelvin?
got himself
Yeah,
some
Kelvin.
money
55.
today.
Yeah, he did.
Eddie got paid today
Yes,
making
he
weight.
did.
Hey, but
250
So
pounds.
is he
Good
someone,
job, Eddie.
Is he someone you avoid
Cheeseburger.
or pick up?
Bro, you know me. I keep
Seattle
the facts and
Seahawks.
stats. He was number 2 on the list. You gotta avoid him. But number 5 on the list was Allen Robinson. You want to know why?
Why Allen?
Because
Jacksonville?
Yeah, because they had
Adam Monty
Bro.
last
Hey,
year.
bro,
I
there
can
was
agree.
memes popping up with
Oh, he
Blake
let you
Bortles
know.
in the
He dropped him
dumpster.
after he came up
There
and
was a
he still
meme
did.
that
Yeah.
popped
Oh,
up right
yeah.
beside that Blake Bortles
Blake's
dumpster,
not-
bro.
Good.
don't know
Good.
what's
They don't
going on with
believe
Blake.
what you got to say about Allen.
Bro, listen. With 60 targets, he had a great year in 2015, but in the last 2 seasons, bro, he had 60 targets, only 20 catches, 193 yards against top 20 quarterbacks, meant corners, and 1 touchdown. That's it in the last 2 seasons, bro. Is he another guy that we think that
Yeah.
needs to prove himself?
Yeah, he got
I
it.
think
Yeah,
so, bro.
definitely,
That's why.
definitely. That
Yeah,
shows.
that's why he's
that
on that
receiving
list.
core in Jacksonville is like.
I hate to bring
It's
this
supposed
one
to
up.
be-
I hate to bring
That's
this.
it.
I hate to bring this up. Y'all might have to hold him back for a second because I can attest to this. I know some people that have had Tom Brady on their fantasy team, and he doesn't always perform through the regular season. He wins games, but stat wise, sometimes he doesn't perform.
Not always.
Do you think he's a void or draft? I know you're going to be a little biased, but like, what
no,
would
I'm not going to be biased. Listen, I'm going to be a straight shooter. He's a 40-year-old quarterback, bro, in a very good system built for him. We have a great running game. We have receivers now. We have quick tight ends. It's going to be a lot of quick routes. If my personal belief this year, he's going to be protected more than ever. So I'm not going to be biased when I say that I think he may not be one of the top 5 quarterbacks taken, but he should be considered.
Could definitely.
Considered.
I think he's still a top 3
What round do you see him
quarterback.
fall into?
Well, with how the drafts fall now, like it's always running backs, receivers,
Yeah.
quarterbacks usually fall maybe
Second,
third, fourth rounds. It all depends somewhere in the middle. It depends on who pulls the trigger first, but he will not be the first quarterback.
Me personally,
taken.
the first quarterback I would take personally is A-Rod.
Of course.
I would take A-Rod, and I would probably say late second.
Hey, I took
Actually,
very first round and it worked out for
Are
me.
you sure you want to
so-
stick with that answer? Weren't you the one that squeaked Drew Brees in the late rounds last year?
course I did.
Of
Of course I did. That's why I don't want to talk about Drew. I want y'all to forget about it. But Drew's always a sleeper with that great offense.
Yeah.
Like we said, Brandon Cooks had a great year, and Mike Thomas.
Yeah.
Why?
Matt Ryan's going to be another great pickup at quarterback.
I think
I had Ben and Matt Ryan, and some boys treated me right last
hey,
year,
that's the
man.
MVP from last year. I think the
treated me
MVP. I think the
right.
MVP from the year before that, Cam ain't playing. My boy Cam's gonna come
Listen,
back.
you're right.
ready this
We
year.
did talk about
Promise you that.
Calvin, but he did go. They did go out and get
McCaffrey.
McCaffrey and Curtis Samuel.
Exactly.
Yep. Both speedsters.
Two players that can do a little bit of everything.
Do a little bit of it all.
But that offense is going to
Love
be
it.
it's going to be lethal as long
It
as
is.
Calvin can keep that weight
And
down.
hopefully that
But
defense
cheeseburger
can
Eddie
step
don't
back
need to
up.
go on
Hopefully
no
that
time
defense
soon.
can get back to the level they were on the year that they went to the Super Bowl. If they can get back to that level, I mean, obviously not having Norman
I got
Hurtson.
a
but
quick
That goes back to the key.
I need quick words for y'all. How's Adrian going to do? New Orleans with Drew, is he going to
Too many running backs.
Hey,
Too
our
many
last
running
thoughts.
backs in the bullpen. You can't.
You don't think he's going to be catching passes and just running all
Yeah,
over? You don't
yeah,
think he's going to show
but
some
there's
flashes?
3 running backs he's going to be competing with for touches, so I don't think that he's.
But he's Adrian
I
Peterson.
think
Does he
you
compete
avoid him.
really with anyone, or does he go out and earn it?
Denzel, your final
You
thought on
gotta
this?
avoid him.
Even if he's old.
Adrian Peterson is about to get like 1,100 yards, and he's going to start it out first week on Minnesota Vikings.
Okay. So there you have it. That's what our thoughts are for fantasy football. I mean, it's coming up.
You won't lose.
I put up the most points on you last year, so I don't want to hear it. But all right, guys, it's time for that moment of the show, the last hits. Jarrell, who would you like to give your last hit to today?
I'm going to give my last hit today to Martavis Bryant. Martavis, I'm here to talk to you, bro.
Listen,
Now, I understand that you're still suspended, not reinstated. Goodell's still dragging his feet, and he's still trying to hold us back from our mission. I need you to stay in shape, stay focused, keep all that negativity out your ear, and keep working. We're going to get you back on the field sooner than you think, and you're going to be there to help us deliver a number 7 to our championship trophy.
you gonna get your ring, boy.
Thank you.
I'm so happy you left out the corny catchphrase like "thank you, thank you, thank you."
We're not even gonna talk
Thank
about
you,
that.
bro.
Patrick,
My last hit is going to go out to the entire Jets organization.
are they gonna go to 16? That's what.
Because this is a
Let him
team
get it, 'cause
where
he better flame.
they've talked about them tanking, and I think that at this point, it's not even that they're going to tank. I don't think that they're going to be good enough to win games. They're going to be the worst team in football. This is the sorriest offensive roster I've seen on a professional football team in a very long time. 3 quarterbacks on the roster: Josh McCown, Christian Hackenberg, and Bryce Petty. They have nothing to look forward to right now. The fact that Kaepernick isn't on their team, to me, is sickening. And that's really what I wanted to get at here. He should be on that roster. I mean, they have a good defense, and I think if he was there with a decent run game that they do have, he could actually be a productive player for them. But they don't
Cause a
have that.
turnaround, bring in
Yeah,
the
they
right
don't
pieces.
have that, and it's going to be a rough
They're gonna
season in
struggle.
New York. It's going to be a rough season.
Hey, bro, you got me like, yeah, they're in my division. I gotta worry about them
Hey, you
this year.
get 2 automatic wins for you guys. You don't need to
Shout
worry
out to
about
them.
it.
Denzel, who would you like to pass your last hit off to today?
Guys, I'm gonna have to get my last hit out to Barry Bonds. Yesterday was the 10-year anniversary since he hit home run number 756, which moved him into first place past Hank Aaron. I remember watching him in high school as a kid, and like he brought excitement to the game of baseball. He's the GOAT to me. I mean, he may never make it into the Hall of Fame, which is another discussion. But to me, he was the life of baseball. Like, what kid didn't want to see Barry Bonds hitting home run after home run after home run, dog? Like,
Yeah.
And to me personally, it hasn't been as exciting since. So that's why I'm so thankful for people like Aaron Judge as a Yankee fan. Like, he's making baseball exciting for me again. I'm really excited to watch baseball. I've been actually to a few Pirates games this year just because I'm actually excited to see what's going on.
Yeah.
Like, I caught a Yankees game. So, like, Barry Bonds, thank you for making baseball exciting. And thanks for all the memories.
All right. Well, there you have it. Another great episode of the Morning Sports Session. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Tune in tomorrow morning, same time, same place, same faces. Peace.
That's pretty
That is really good.
Do we do it?